What is going on, everybody? My name is Newton, and oh my god, words are so hard. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My name is Lieutenant Gold. It's gonna be time to break down our BBR draft analysis. Couple shoutouts. First of all, shoutouts to Odds for this amazing logo. I've been rocking a Victini logo for a while. Decided it was time to rebrand. You know, it's a new gen and everything. Although, even though this gen's been out for a while, figured get a Pokemon that's actually in this Pokedex list. But yeah, super duper cool guy. Super quick to make this logo in not even a week. And it was not too expensive, honestly. I think it was around 15 bucks, which is, you know, pretty nice for the quality that it's at. Definitely check him out. I'll try to have his Discord tag in the description below. But yeah, awesome. Super duper pumped to be rocking out the Los Angeles Asia Slash this season. Yeah, very pumped. Second shout out to Mid for allowing me to in this league, and to JB who actually recommended me to be into the BBR. I know I didn't upload everything for IBL, and I still have that in the works. Promise those unseen footage will come out very soon. But very excited for the BBR. I'm gonna try to be on top of recording, uploading, and everything. Gonna try to push myself a little bit more this time around. Yeah, but that's gonna round out the shoutouts. Very excited to delve into this draft here. So this was a 16 coach points league. We have 1200 points for 10 Pokemon. Can have more than 10, can have less than 10. Has to be 10 on the dot. We did not allow Gigantamax or Dynamax, so it's just going to be just standard Pokemon. Plain old vanilla Mons. But yeah, obviously all of the added moves are going to be on there. I think we did add some hidden abilities, things like hidden ability Inteleon, so the starters, things like the fossils and other abilities I cannot think of on top of my head. For you guys that don't know, this is my second time recording this. I recorded it once. It was super great. Turns out I didn't have any audio, but this one gonna make it just as good. I'm very excited to bring this team. We're gonna start off with a mascot pick. We were probably should mention I was at a 16 coaches, 8th, smack down in the middle, which isn't something you really want. But we were able to pick up H/slash round 1, which is a Pokemon I've been trying to run for try out competitively in draft anyways for a while now. I've been trying to, yeah, this Pokemon, been trying to use it for a while. Ghost and Steel is such a good typing with defensively and offensively, in my opinion. Same with the stats. I know that it got a bit nerfed, lost 200 defense in the shield force and 200 in both attacks and obviously the sword form, but it's still a very good and versatile Pokemon. You can run it defensively, you can run it offensively. Its move pool is wild, so you can run it both special and physical, which in my opinion just makes it makes it a really good Pokemon just for draft league. It's just so many roles it can kind of fill in, whether it's that you could slap on a team: defensive wall, special wall, physical attacker, special attacker. Very versatile. Kind of, you know, molds really well with almost any team. After that, I wanted Hydreigon. I did have some type of draft plan kind of figured out. I know that being a slot, I wasn't gonna get a lot of what I wanted, but I figured maybe we can go for something like Hydreigon, which pairs really well for, really well with Aegislash. Unfortunately, we did not get that. It did get drafted. Shoutouts to Die for that, who picked that from me. Not that he knows it's not his fault. A lot of draft came around. Snipes came around this draft. But we opt for Como. Como Aegislash is still such a really good combo. They still pair off really well. Edgy can take those fairy type hits that Como doesn't really appreciate. Meanwhile, Como can take those dark type hits that Edge Slash doesn't really appreciate. So it's still a really good combination. It was a bit, pricey. Both of them were both 200 points. So there goes a third of my draft right there, and just these two picks, which probably means that we're gonna be slowing down on points after all. But we actually managed to do pretty well with the budget that we had. Klingren Soul is banned, unfortunately, which makes this Pokemon a little bit pricier than what I think it should have been. Um, but either way, I I still think it was definitely worth it. It's a good stealth rocker, very good Pokemon. Like I know I mentioned previously that I did not get to upload all my IBL yet, but you'll see from what I have, uh, this mon puts in the work. Bulky, good run offensive. It's very versatile, similar to Edge Slash, which I feel like both of these together make such a great combination. Very excited to bring you guys that. Next up, I felt like a Pokemon that could, take ground attacks. They'll pair off again similarly to Edge Slash, like a ground immunity, a fire immunity, immunity slash resist. Maybe like something like Rotom Heat, and again got sniped right before me. But JB, as we were prepping, thought about Gyarados. Gyarados is flying type, still gonna be able to switch in onto the Edge Slash weakness. I really wanted to build around Edge Slash and have a really good solid core, and I feel like these three Pokemon together is gonna be really good. Gyarados puts on more offensive pressure, but can still run pretty bulky. Gyarados, yeah, Gyarados is still gonna have 95 attack, 80 defense, 100 speed F. So that thing is still really bulky, and 125 attack. With it gets the new move called Scale Shot, which even though it lowers its defense, boosts its speed. And if it gets a kill with that, it'll get Moxie. So that's a free Dragon Dance right there. You get +1 speed, +1 attack. This thing's gonna be crazy. I'm super duper pumped. My first time using Gyarados 2 in Draft League. It's very good Pokemon all around. I've seen so many crazy things for it. Very excited. Next up, I wanted a really good solid ground type, something that could switch in those electric attacks. And we actually got Mudsdale. Got a gold horse on this team. This team is pretty much just those 4 picks right there is such a good team. I'm very excited just for those. I've used Mudsdale before. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with what Mudsdale does. Really good stealth rocker, really bulky Pokemon physically, thanks to its stamina ability. Sometimes that means you don't have to always invest in physical defense. You could kind of go into that speed def, so make it kind of a mixed wall type scenario. I did say that it does get stealth rocks, which does kind of take off that pressure from Como running rocks. But it could also be, a really good offensive physical attacker, even uninvested. This thing does not kid around. Horse is going to be very interesting. Very excited to put that on the squad. Now, my speed tiers are not exactly the best. I think Como in the 80s range is going to be one of my faster Pokemon. So I wanted something that's going to be pretty fast, but that could also be speed control. So I figured that Galvantula would be an awesome pick for this team. With a speed over 115, I believe I might be mistaken. I'm going to double check that for you guys. Galvantula. Yeah, 108, so over 105 is what I meant to say. But also having webs is going to be great to slow down my opponent's team, and make sure that I am faster than any potential threat. It's also a really good pivot with Volt Switch, so that way I can Volt Switch out into certain scenarios that I want to be in, or predict a switch and go for Volt Switch myself to pivot myself into a better scenario, and more accurate thunders with thanks to Compound Ice. Make him a little bit more accurate. I believe 90% accurate. Although I've actually missed 2 thunders back to back with Galvantula, so hopefully this season he can redeem himself. Galvantula is a Pokemon I feel I'm very comfortable with. Not the fastest electric type, kind of fits more than one role with speed control, while also being a electric type. But on this team, I feel like it fits really well. Next up, we're going to have Drapion. I felt like Drapion was going to be another sort of bridge between Galvantula and Como, and speed-wise of 90 speed. Also, I believe has really good Fizz Def, if I am not mistaken. Yes, it does at 110, so it gives me, another bulky physical attacker that even though I have with the horse, Mudsdale, I could duplicate over here. Is also psychic immunity, which is going to pair really, really well with Como, and a grounded toxic spikes. So I could absorb these T spikes because currently, with past half my draft, I don't have a single removal. No defog, no rapid spins currently. But that way I'll be able to absorb those T spikes while also being able to put on my own if I ever want to. Knockoff also comes in pretty free. It's pretty strong already at 90 attack, so even if I don't want to invest too much, it's still going to be doing pretty good damage. Just wish this thing still had Pursuit and make it so much better. RIP Pursuit, honestly, that was such a good move. Next up, I figured I kind of wanted another ground resist. Gyarados being my only ground switch right now on my team, probably not the best idea, but also something that would give me some type of removal. And which is why I went with, not Galvantula, Serena. Serena gives me another bulky physical attacker, which seems like to be kind of the theme for this team here. Very, very bulky Pokemon. Also, some type of speed control which prevents priority moves while it's on the fields, while also getting Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin is super duper good this generation. If you guys haven't noticed, getting that +1 speed while also removing any hazards on your side of the field, it doesn't get better than this. It really doesn't. Yeah, this thing is just really, really tough. Slap an AV on it, and you're good to go to sponge hits for days. Its move pool is also super wild. Things like knockoff, high jump kick, gets triple axle now, funny enough, while also having its signature move drop kick, which drops your the target's attack, which is even better. It's just all around an awesome Pokemon. I'm a big fan of Serena, and I'm super duper happy that's on the team. Next up, we're going to have Mr. Mime here. Figured it was about time I get a fairy type and a psychic type. Originally, I actually wanted to get Comfey, just because it gives me a defogger, but also gives me some type of priority with Draining Kiss or Giga Drain or Wish. But unfortunately, that was grabbed before me, so I was not able to get it. Apparently, multiple people wanted Comfey too, so I don't think there was any way I was able to get that Pokemon. So when it came down to me, I kind of panicked, got Mr. Mime. Don't think he'll be staying on the team for too long. I'm still kind of iffy, because you'll see down with the last two Pokemon that we have, we kind of put our hands in two different pots here. But so I won't be talking about Mr. Mime too much. Gonna go ahead and skip over that one to our ninth pick, which is gonna be Colossal, which is gonna be our next Stealth Rocker. So 3 Stealth Rocker for this team with Como, Mudsdale, and finally Colossal. But it also gives us a Spiker, which is really, really good. I did talk a little bit about that in our IBL drafts that we used, but that was Gigantamax. Over here is obviously going to be regular Colossal, but it does give her another Spinner. It gives us also a fire immunity / resist with quad resisting fire types, which is going to be great. I know it's a quad weak to ground, which our team doesn't do well against ground type, unfortunately, but I still think it's going to be a really, really good Pokemon. Plus Meteor Beam. What else can I say? Lastly, we got potentially one of the best Pokemon in this entire draft. What do this is probably one of the Pokemons I'm most excited about, and I'm really happy that JB talked me into this. Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is going to be the last Pokemon that we drafted, and I know, as funny as that is, this Pokemon is crazy. 140 base defense, HP while also getting things like competitive, so that way if its stats drops by any stage it gets +2 special attack. Makes it a huge threat, honestly. It also has 85 special attack, so it's definitely a big threat. It's also a really big fat wish passer with wish teleport, because it got teleport this gen, which is amazing. Plus it pairs really well with Aegislash, which is kind of what I wanted my team to be based around. It's normal type, so it's going to be able to switch into those ghost types attack, while Aegislash can switch into the steel or poison type move. Yeah, and this thing's move pool is wild. T-Wave, Screens, Knockoff, Hyper Voice, Flamethrower and Fire Blast, Surf. I mean, it's normal type. It's from Gen 1. They gave it they threw everything at this Pokemon into its arsenal. So I'm very excited. Very excited to use this. That's actually gonna round up the team for the BBR. Let me know in the description below what you're more excited to see me use. Is there any particular set you want me to use? And which Pokemon do you think is going to be my kill leader? Honestly, I am going to be trying for Wigglytuff to see if that's going to be my top kill leader. But otherwise, I'm on the fence between either Aegislash or Gyarados. Probably going to be getting a couple sweeps here and there just because those Pokemon are both super duper strong. I'm also going to be listing all of the coaches down below. Make sure you definitely check those out. There's a lot of good people down there, like Seabad, Magnitude. There's also homies of ours like JB, Shay, Mid, Die, and so on and so forth. We're going to be battling Jorge for a week one. Possibly one of the nicest dudes I've ever met in the draft format. I hope you guys are really pumped for the BBR. I'll also link their Twitter, so make sure you follow them down below. Have a good one.